Xin Ciao, what's up everybody? How we doing out there? In this video, we're gonna cover, I get asked so much, I'm not an expert in this, but I do know a little bit from, of course, people that do it. The cannabis regulations and rules and use and can you get it and other stuff like that type video. So we're gonna talk about it in this video as we walk around. Gotta get away from the flute guy. So we'll walk back this way. I'm about to go meet up with somebody, so we'll walk to where I'm meeting up. So as far as weed, aka cannabis, I used to be a fucking crazy stoner. Pardon my French, but it's needed because I used to be the guy that would wake up and smoke 10 minutes later, literally just smoke all day long until I went to bed. So I was a full-time pot user for, I don't even know, 20 years maybe? Long time. I don't touch the stuff anymore. It just makes me lazy, makes me fatter, makes me eat, makes me an inefficient person, an inefficient human. I get it. Some people it works well for, more power to you. Man, all the copyright stuff. Escape it. Escape the copyright. Point the camera and microphone away. So as far as getting weed, I think, you can get swag, like ditch weed, pretty easily off of like Boy Vane. You can get other recreational drugs there too. I've seen people pick up like Molly and other shit on that street. You gotta go to the right guy to get the better stuff. As far as getting good cannabis, it used to be done on Facebook, I guess, but now I'm told that like you go on a telegram, you get a telegram from somewhere. I'm sure you find that telegram on some Facebook group. Again, I'm not a big Facebook group guy, but yeah, you go on there, you get the telegram, and then they supposedly order like nugs to your house. I do know it's more expensive here by like a lot for good quality cannabis. I think if you're into cannabis, Thailand's probably your cleared winner and choice for that type of deal. It's accepted there. As far as like smoking it and stuff, I've seen people smoke it outside in the public here, no problem. I've never heard of anybody getting arrested for actual cannabis use. The only people, in fact, I ever seen get arrested for drug use is when they raid like a club type deal. Like sometimes they'll raid a KTV that's like known to be like a meth. Like crystal meth is really big here. So they'll occasionally raid these like crystal meth KTVs where like you can openly smoke meth. I think that's what you do with meth. I'm not a big guy. There's another YouTuber here that's big on that though. But I don't know shit about that. I've never done meth, never gonna do meth. It's not in me wheelhouse. I don't do drugs. I'm good on that. Maybe some boomers. I do some boomers. I got no problems with the boomies. I would do ayahuasca as well. Pretty much that's about it. So yeah, you can get stuff here. It's just a little bit harder to get. And to get quality stuff, it's gonna cost more money here. Don't ask me where to get it. I have no idea. People ask in the Discord on occasion. I've got no access to that stuff, so I'm the wrong guy to ask where to get it. But I do have some information, as I do have friends that, of course, use it. So let's see. Let's go this way. As far as the laws around it too, I'm sure it's illegal to even smoke it, but if you're safe about it, you're going to be fine. I've definitely seen hundreds of people smoking it in public, on Boy Vane, dozens of times. I even smoked some in my early days with some guy. He's a subscriber. He's an early subscriber. I don't know if he watches videos anymore. But if you are, shout out, dude. He was a nice lad. A nice bloke. Now, as far as growing it and stuff, not a great idea. If you get caught, it's not great. You're gonna do some time in jail, and you do not want to do time in jail. They are hardcore serious about any kind of moving, of any kind of serious weightage of any drug. If you get caught with weightage, you are in a bad scenario. If you're moving kilograms of anything like meth, coke, any big drug, you get the death penalty. Like, so don't be messing around trying to move weight in Vietnam. Terrible idea. And you don't make a bunch of money. This is like what they call the drug triangle over here. So like there is a lot of hello. So so it is like one of the hugest drug triangles in the world between, I think, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, and Vietnam. I think it's a triangle they call it. Again, I'm not like super versed on this stuff, but I just keep getting people asking about it, so I'm giving you the best of my knowledge to information with it. Let's see. And then two-part answer for this guy's video. He asked about cannabis, and then he asked about law and etiquette, or lack of. So like I said, laws are loosely enforced here. I mean, to really get caught doing something, you have to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Police are definitely not, if you get what I'm saying, they're not out here grinding away. You know, I don't think there's too many police that are, you know, on a war on drugs in their mind, or a war on speeding tickets, or any of the such. You know, usually when you get pulled over, I don't get pulled over, so I've been pulled over one time the day I got my bike, when my wife had me go in the car lane, and we just paid a bribe. It's as simple as that. You just pay a bribe. That bribe was $200K, I think, or $100K, $4, $8. Speeding, if you're going pretty fast, if you're going like 80 kilometers to 100, you could be paying like up to a $5 million fine. You could pay a pretty high fine. And all of them take bribes. Like, very rarely, if you happen to get pulled over with guys with cameras on the top of their head and they're turned on, and they're trying to do some like numbers to push the numbers, then you might get an actual legit real ticket. But very, very rarely. They usually open up the saddles on the bike on the back, and you drop some money in, and you're on your way. So I imagine the same could apply for other things. Again, I do not recommend in this country to get mixed up in anything illegal. It is absolutely a terrible idea. I would have nothing, literally nothing to do with it. I want zero to go to jail here. Absolutely not a fun time. You're not going to want to be in a jail here. Absolutely terrible. So I don't recommend doing anything against the law here. Like I said, if you're looking for cannabis, man, Thailand's easier to stay in. Everybody's jerking their D over Thailand over Vietnam right now because they can stay there longer and easier. So just head on over to Thailand. Like I said, we're going to be going to Thailand soon. So we're going to see if it really is better, and I'll bring my honest opinion. You know, my time has only been in Bangkok, and I'm not overly impressed with Bangkok. There's a lot of people trying to sell me a lot of things every time I went there, in a much pushier and more aggressive way. Maybe it's changed. I don't know. We'll see. And maybe I needed to explore more of Thailand. So that's what we'll do. Everyone's acting like right now Pattaya, however you say it, is the holy grail of Thailand. And we'll see. My guess is it's going to be a lot of dudes that are older. I mean, just off the top of my head. Not that I'm not getting older myself, but I'm just saying, my guess. Because usually like older, retired guys with not a tremendous amount of money like staying in really cheap places. That's why Vietnam was very popular for that. And now that they got rid of the 1-year golden goose for the US citizens, a lot of them are going over to Thailand. And you can get a retirement visa at 50 or over in Thailand for $200 to $300 a year. You're supposed to have $21,000 in an account to prove that you can take care of yourself. I guess there's ways to pay off or mitigate your way around that. Again, I also don't recommend that stuff. I like doing all the paperwork above board. All those kind of schemes eventually go down. Look at Vietnam's one, completely gone. So many people just acted like they got screwed over, thinking that their party on their 1-year visa would last forever. You know, these things always come down at some point. Sure, they might last some period of time, but for the most part, those things all fail after a certain period of time. Because the government gets wise to it, or the government isn't collecting enough money, or people are loopholing too much stuff. Like, it's always You know, it's always something like that. More than likely the scenario with Vietnam and why they got rid of the 1-year visa. I think the original reason to get rid of the 1 year and 6-month visa is so no one died here from COVID that was from another country. I 100% truly believe that was their original idea. I don't think there was any purging or cleaning or kicking out expats. I don't think that's what ran through their head. I think they got really scared about COVID, and I think they said, shit, we better try to mitigate the damage and try to get out all the foreigners and go back to their country so they can receive the vaccination there and stuff. Which, if you think about it, makes sense. How bad would it look to be in your news that foreigners were dropping like flies from COVID here? So, and then there could be some certain level to the cleansing. And it seems like on that, it seems one lady and another guy, a lady and a guy were supplying a shit ton, like 80% of the infinity renewals on the tourist visas. And that lady didn't pay off the right person, my guess, at some point, or tried to get cheap. And somebody got pissed and was like, look, this is the lady's doing it. And that's all the people that really got purged. Were anyone that got a visa through that lady, extensions, got into big trouble. I think she was out of Da Nang. And then they took out a lot of Da Nang agents too that had any involvement with the lady. So for me, do it on the up and up. How can you not have $21,000 if you're retired? That's a little bit crazy to me. Anyone retired should have $21,000 to put into an account. It's not like you can't get it back out. I'm sure it's a little difficult to get it out like it would be here, but possible, you know. So yeah, laws aren't the biggest thing here, unless it's something like hardcore. And if it's hardcore, don't do it. Do not be moving weight. Do not be moving keys. Do not be moving weight of weed. Don't be doing any of that shit. And if you're gonna smoke weed, be fucking nonchalant about it. Do it at your house on your balcony and be incognito, man. Like I said, it would suck to get in legal trouble here, man. I think the least amount of damage that can happen to you is some very light jail time and deported, you know, and blacklisted forever. Like, they don't play on that stuff. Drugs is their biggest thing here. It's crazy. You can kill a woman and serve 10 years in jail, but if you get caught moving a kilo of cocaine, they'll chop your head off. Like, no joke. Well, I don't think they chop heads off, but however they do termination of life when you have the death penalty. And it seems they carry it out pretty quickly. Seems like people aren't hanging out in like a death row for a long time. That shit gets carried out in haste. So, if I was you, I would not be breaking laws. Up to you, of course. You can do whatever you want. You guys are all big guys, big gals. Pasture is getting just dominated by 7 bridges. You'll see when we get to 7 bridges, it'll be packed. Dominated. Oh, that's not bad. Almost every seat's taken. They're doing well too. Both great places. I like them both, respectively. Hold on. And as far as marijuana use, nobody cares. There's not some big caring of it. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, come on now, let's get with it. Like, comment, all that good stuff. That is the video. If you guys have anything to add into the comment section, go ahead. If someone here is some kind of stoner watching here and has all kinds of information, drop the knowledge in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one. Stay frosty. Peace out.